Hi, my name is Shrey, and today I'll be explaining question 3 from Leetcode's Biweekly Contest 31. Number of good ways to split a string. So question 3 gives you an input string and it wants you to return the number of ways you can split the string to them good, basically. So what does that mean? A good split is when you have the same number of distinct letters in the left string and the right string, and when you concatenate the strings, they're equal to the original string. So I know that sounds a little bit confusing, but let's just dive in straight into example 1, and I can tell you what exactly that means. So example 1 gives you an input string A, C, A, B, A. And what is a good split? So a good split, let's take this split right here. So this left string is A, and that has one distinct character. And this right string A, C, A, B, A has three distinct characters, A, C, and B. 1 and 3 are not equal, so this would not be considered to be a good split. So let's try right here. AA. So you still have one distinct character, and here you have CAB, so three distinct characters. And these are not equal, so that would also not be considered a good split. Let's move on right here. So here you have two distinct characters, A and C, and on this right string you have two distinct characters, A and B. So note that these are now equal, 2 and 2 are the same, so this is considered to be a good split. So far we have one good split. Let's move on right here now. A and C are two distinct characters, B and A are two, so this is also considered to be a good split. And finally right here, this left string and right string, you have 3 ACB and 1 A. So these are not equal to each other. So since we had two good splits, we would return the value 2. So how do we do this? How do we determine the number of good splits, essentially? So essentially what we do is, or what I initially did in the competition was, I used the most straightforward solution, brute force, which essentially split right here, 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 so basically every split. And I determined the number of distinct characters in the left and right string, and I compared to see if they were equal, and if they were, I incremented a count value, and in the end I returned that count value. So obviously this is not the best way to do it, and in fact during the competition I got TLE, time limit exception, which meant that they didn't accept my solution because it wasn't fast enough. So then later on, I turned to hash maps to reduce the time complexity, and as a downside update the memory complexity, space complexity. But the solution was accepted. So what I did is I created two hash maps, one going from left to right and one going from right to left. So I'll tell you exactly what I did. So what I did was I took each character and I associated with a number, basically. So from going to left to right, this character A, I would associate it with the number 1, because if I split the string right here, this leftmost string would have one distinct character. If I split the string right here, I would still only have one distinct character. Oh, my bad. So now for C, I have two distinct characters, A and C. Here, I also have 2. B, I would actually have 3 now, because A, C, and B are 3 distinct characters. And finally, I would have 3. So that's what I would do. I would store it in a hash map, taking the left and going from left to right, essentially. So now I did the same thing, but going to the right. So AC. So now going from right to left now. So here, if I split it here, I would have one distinct character. B, I would have 2, A2, C3, and these two A's as 3, 3. So yeah, that's the first step. I would store each character with its own number, essentially. And the next thing I would do now is I would have one final loop to actually see how many good splits there were. So if I start right here, you note that this leftmost string has one distinct character. And you would actually start going from right to left at the element right after that. So you would start at this element. And because this string and this string is a possible solution. So right here, you note that you have 3 distinct characters, A, C, and B. So because 1 and 3 are not equal to each other, that would not count as a good split. So now you move on to here, this one. And this one and the element after 3 are not equal to each other. So you would, so this is considered a bad split. So now we move on here, 2 and 2. And this is considered a good split because this 2 and this 2 are equal to each other. So you up the counter by 1. Then you do it here. This 2 and this 2 are equal to each other. So you increase the counter by 1. And the final check is the second to last element. This 3 and this 1 are not equal to each other. So you would just return 2 as your final answer. Yep, so that's the entire solution. I know it took a little bit of time, but this is a very efficient solution to this question, and I will just quickly explain it in code. So I'm only going to be talking about the solution which was accepted, which was a hash map solution. So what you do is you create a hash map, and for each character you associate it with a number, basically, or associate it with the number of distinct characters. And I'm actually going to say you create a left hash map first. Sorry, now you can see the entire thing. So next what you do is you do the same thing. You create a right hash map this time. You create a right hash map, and for each character you associate with the number, this time starting from right to left. Next what you do is you start from element 0 of right hash map and see if the number equals element 1 of right hash map. Oh, sorry, I meant to say this as a left hash map. And actually, in a for loop. I use a for loop in this contest, but you can use any loop. So in a for loop, you want to start from element 0 of left hash map and see if number equals element 1 of right hash map. And you continue till you reach length minus 2 of left hash map, which is basically the second to last element of the left hash map. If they are equal, increment a count value, and finally, once you break out of the loop, you want to return count. So yeah, that's the entire solution to this question. I know it's a bit confusing, so if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below. And as always, please like and subscribe if this video helped you in any way, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.